Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum. So today we are going to implement a multiplexer using different ways. So we have to implement 4 to 1 multiplexer by different ways. So here we discuss different methods such as gate level implementation and case study implementation, logic statement implementation, and other using assign statement, using always statement, and using if statement, and using conditional statement. So first of all, we are going to discuss our first method, which is gate level implementation. So in gate level implementation, first of all, after declaring all the inputs and outputs in module of multiplexer mux, then we have to declare output and input separately, and after it we have to declare the wire which demonstrate us the our selection line, which is not control and not control 2. So these two all are our selections line, control 1 and control 2, which gives us a response after passing through a NOT gate, and it gives us two responses, which is not control 1 and not control 2. So after it we have to perform two operations, not control 1, control 1, not control 2, and control 2, which is these selection lines. So after it by implementing AND operations across all the outputs and inputs and all the selection lines, and we get output after ending module. So we can check its output by implementing it on our Cortex software. And in second method, we are going to discuss logic statement implementation. Here we use different logics. As we discussed in our lab 5, all the logical operations, here we use all the logical operations to perform logic statement implementation for performing our and implementing our mux. So this is our logic statement implementation. Here we use different logics such as and, negation of selection lines, etc. And after it we have to move towards case statement. Here we use all the statements, case statements such as in these bits out, input 1, input 2, input 3, input 4, etc. And here we use the another thing, which is reg out. Here we use register for always. In always we declare all the inputs and our all the selections lines. So for always we have to declare first register of output. Now we are going to move towards our assign statement. So here you can see this always right here about the always statement, but now we have to define as a register. This is because we are going to assign values to it explicitly and not drive them. This is called procedural assignment. A wide data type cannot be assigned to explicitly. It must have its values driven into it by a device, another module, gate, etc., called continuous assignment. So this is all explanation about our these operations which I performed in this case statement implementation. Now we are going to move towards assign statement. So we can check these all our methods by implementing it on our Cortex software. So the another case is using always block. Here we use always and wire, and after giving size to our wire selections lines, etc., we get our output with the help of always and register. And this is our if statement. If we select one selection line, then our output will this, and if selection another selection line, then our output this. And here we all the uses operations are register, wire, input, output, declaration, and module. And after at last we end the module. At last we use conditional statement. Here we use different apply conditions, such as we apply in our C++ ternary operations, just like this. These are our conditional statement. So we gonna prove it on our Cortex software. So now you can check these are our Cortex software and programs which are and codes which are implied on Cortex, and after applying we get it their input and output and RTL viewer, and we get a snapshot of these all output, inputs, and RTL viewer. So first of all we are going to discuss gate level implementation of mux. So this is the Verilog HDL code of our gate level implementation. Now you can see this is our Verilog HDL code of gate level implementation. Here we use while operations, not operations, for selection lines, and after getting response by not gate. So first of all, you can see here we declare all the inputs and outputs, and secondly we declare input and output separately, and after it we use while statement to get our selections lines and all our inputs or outputs. So not control and not control, wxyz, all our outputs. Not control is like output because this is the response after passing it through not gate. First of all, we have two selections line, control 1 and control 2. So after passing through the NOT gate, it becomes not control 1 and not control 2. So this operation and this method tells us about their response against output. And these are all the operations which we assign and conditions which we assign to get our output accurately. So here we get output W by implementing input 1 and not control 1, not control 2, which are the responses, and the other in case X, input 2, input 3, input 4, etc. So now we are going to see its RTL view. So this is the RTL view of our gate level implementation. Here we use for AND gates and goes to OR gate, and which gets our output. So this is the waveform of our gate control implementation. You can see if our both selections lines are inverse, means if our both selection lines are 0, then our output will 0. If our both selections line and all inputs are 0, then our output will 0. If our both selections lines are 0 and input 1 is 1, then our output is 1. Only on in this case, if our both selections lines are 0 and our only first input is 1, then our output is 1. And in last case, if our selection line in control selection line first is 0 and second is 1 and the second input is 1, then all our outputs is 0. So you can see in this case output is 1 if input 4 is 1, input 3 is 1, and input 1 is 1 and control selection line 1 is 1. So this is our gate waveform, implementation of gate waveform by using Verilog HDL code of MUX. So now we are moving towards our logic code. We are moving towards our logic statement code. So this is our logic statement code. You can see here here we use different logic as you know in different and in previous labs. Here we use and here we know all about the logical operator. So these logical operators we used here to implement the MUX logic statement. So first of all, we have to declare all the inputs and outputs, and we have to define all the inputs and outputs. After it, we assign here all the conditions to our selections lines and our inputs. You can see here this is our AND operation and this is our negation of control 1, means not of control 1, which is the response our NOT gate. So control 1 and control 2 is selection line, and our its response after NOT gate passing through NOT gate is negation of control 1 and negation of control 2. So this is the implementation of OR gate, and after it we have to implement all the operations using OR gate and AND gate. So now you can see these all our selection lines are having a relation with all of our inputs, and in result it gets our output. So now we are moving towards its RTL view. So you can check its this is the RTL view of our logic statement implementation of MUX. Now you can see we have 4 outputs which are combined with the help of OR gate and getting us output, and these are 2 selection lines which are converted into NOT of control 2, NOT of control 1 by passing through NOT, and gives us response of negation 1 and negation 2. So now we are moving towards our final output waveform of logic implementation. Now you can see here if both control lines selections lines are 0 and all the inputs are 0, then our output will 0. Our output will 1 in first case if our both selection lines are 0 and our first input is 1. In this case our output is 1, and in second case our output is 1 if input 2 is 1 and our second selection line is 1, and all the other inputs and selections lines are 0, then our output will 1. So this implies that our Verilog STL code is correct, and then this perform all the operations which are required in output. So now we are moving towards our third case, which is case study implementation. This is the Verilog SGL code of case study implementation. Now you can see here, first of all, as it is in previous cases, we have to declare all the inputs and outputs, and after getting it, we have to use here the one another thing which is register always, as we discussed in previous. Here this is always is used to get us response and get us all the inputs and selections lines. So this case study will help us to improve our all inputs and our selections lines. So now we are going to check cases in both selections line, such as if our 2-bit input is 1, then our output will run, and as it is in other cases our inputs is changes. So after getting this default, please check control bits, and if we are not giving any number to our control and selections lines, then this function will display a default. So after begins case, then we at last end the case and end module. So after getting all of our conditions, and now we are moving towards our RTL viewer. So this is the RTL viewer of our mux. Here we use 2 selections lines and 4 inputs in this case, which is implementing our output as it is in result of input. So now we are moving towards our output waveform. So this is the case study output waveform. Now you can see here, if both selections lines and all the inputs are 0, then our output will 0. If any of its selection line is 1, then output will be 1 or 0. If selection line 1 is 1, then and selection line 2 is 0, and all the inputs are 0, then output will 0. If our output is 1 in only one in this case, if both selections lines are 0 and our input first is 1, and in other cases it's almost like logic statement operation, because if control selection lines second is 1 and any of its input is 1, then our output will 1. So it proves all our required outputs which we have to perform through our exercises in lab 6. So now we are moving towards our next statement, which is if and else if statement. So this is the code of our if statement. Here we use 4 if conditions. First of all, when we use 0 selection 0, then our output will display something, and our when we select 1, then our output will display something as it is in other cases. First of all, here we also have to declare all the inputs and outputs, and after declaring we have to give the size to input and output. Here we use wire operation. This wire operation will tell us the wiring and the wiring of selection line size and other. Now here we use select one selection line of 2-bit. It represents the all over our connections, and in next we use always to select or D. So after begin our function, we here use the if and else statement to apply and to perform different operations, such as when we select 0, then our output will display D0. Then if we select 1, then our output will display 1 D1, and as it is in other cases, after beginning all of our if and else statement, we here end the function and module is end. Now we are moving towards its RTL viewer. So this is its RTL viewer, applying different condition when function we select 0, when we select 1, and we select 2, and when we select 3 and 4, etc. Then our output will in this case. So now we are moving towards its final output waveform. Now you can see here, here we use selections lines and 4-bit operators. Now you can see here, if I'm giving 4 bits to input and our all the selection lines are 0, then our output is 0. If I am giving an input just like 1001 110, and then our input will in case 0, and our selection line input is 0 and our output is 1. If both inputs are in case of 1, then in somewhere cases our output is 1 and in somewhere cases our output is 0. Just like here, if our D1 input is 0 1 0 0, then in case another case our selection line input 1 is 1, then our output is 1. So it's require and it's proof and it's require all the inputs to implement all the outputs. So this is our basic implementation using if else statement. So now we are moving towards our another statement, which is assign statement. So first of all we have to declare its Cortex code. Now you can see here, first of all here we have to also declare all the inputs and outputs, and after giving size to all the inputs and outputs, we have to declare the void, which is given as the length selections lines and our voids operation and direction or to get their output, and after assigning input. So here we use mux, so we have only one input for cross 1. If we use here demux, then we have to calculate all the outputs, which are 4. So after implementing and assigning condition, we have to end the module. Now we can get better idea by its waveform. So this is the simple RTL viewer of its assigning statement implementation, such as we are applying selections lines of 2-bit and number of 4-bit, then our output is something like depending on input. Now you can see here also this is a sine waveform, just like a last our if and else statement, such as we are applying here somehow 0 1 0 1 and 1 1 0 to D, and our selection lines in both cases are 0, then our output will 1. If our output is 0 in only on in this case is if our any of its selection line is 0. If our one selection line is 0 and one is 1 and our input is greater, if our input is true, then our output is 1. In some cases such as such as in all the 0, such as here you can see all our inputs are 0, all our 4 inputs are 0, and our selection line is first is 1 and second is 0, then our output is 0. So this proves all our required outputs by assigning conditions of 4 cross 1 mux through assign implementation statement. So now we are moving to another statement, which is always. Always is just like assign statement condition. Here we also use all other inputs and outputs and declaring its size, etc., and wiring and size, and here we use also register operator to output, and always to select all the inputs outputs to select all the inputs and selection line, and after getting condition of output, here we end the code. So after implementing this code for getting our output, we have to implement our input, given input. So this is our RTL viewer, just like same as assign statement, and this is our output waveform, just like same as assign statement. Here this is also appears that if our 4 bit is 0 and our selection lines are all 0, then our output is 0. If our 4 bit selection lines comes to a number such as 1001 and our any of selection line both of selection lines are 0, then our output will 1. So this will amplifies all of our outputs and all of our inputs in multiplexer implementation of always statement waveform case. So now we are moving towards our last method, which is conditional method. So first of all we have to discuss its code. Now you can see this is the conditional code of our multiplexer, such as here we have to implement the condition, just a single condition. Here we also have to declare all the inputs and output, and after declaring all the wide size of selection lines and output, we have to assign a condition. You can see here I applied the conditions by using ternary operators. So in C++ and mathematics as well, we use the ternary operators to apply different conditions and to getting output at different conditions. So here we applied different conditions to getting different type of output depending on our input. So this is our RTL view of our conditional statement. Just like if I am applying 0, if I'm applying 2, and it's all depends upon input to get on output. So now we are moving towards our final output waveform of our conditional statement. So this is our conditional statement waveform. You can see here if I'm applying 4-bit number and our selection lines are both are 0 and our 4-bit number is also 0, then our output will 0. If I'm applying any of its number just like 1101 and our selection lines in both cases are 0 at low impedance, then our output will 1. And just like in other cases, if our all the inputs are 0, 4-bit inputs are 0, then our selection line any of 1 is 1, then our output will 0. So this improves all our this simplifies all of our conditional waveform statements and our results depending on our input in conditional statement waveform. So now we are going to implement the Verilog code for 1 to 4 line demultiplexer using the gate level method, logic statement, case statement and if statement. So after implementing 4 statements, we are going to discuss 1 to 4 line demultiplexer. So now I am going to our codes. So these are all our codes which I implement on Quartus. After performing and after getting its input, we get it screenshots. So now you can see if first of all I'm going to discuss gate level implementation of 1 to 4 demultiplexer. Now you can see here this is the code for our 1 to 4 line demultiplexer. In this case we have 4 inputs. In mux case, in multiplexer case, we have one only input, but in demultiplexer case we have 4 inputs, 4 outputs, and we have 3 inputs. So now you can see here, first of all we have to declare all the inputs and outputs. After declaring all the inputs and output and after declaring wire, which is our selection line responses, then we have to give all the conditions to our input with respect of our output, such as here you can see here these nodes are all our responses after selection line passes through not of something gate. So by implementing all the conditions we have to end the module. You can see here I use the AND operations and AND gate operation and giving all the inputs and outputs and selection line, and at last end the module. So you can clarify easily by the output waveform of gate level implementation. Now you can see here this is the RTL view of our gate level implementation. Here we have 2 inputs and 3 inputs and some other how selection line in some cases of multiplexer and demultiplexer or having or not. So these all are our 4 outputs. So you can see here these outputs are given having an itself output y0, y1, y2 and y3, but in multiplexers we have only one input after passing through OR gate, but in demultiplexer we have 4 inputs, 4 outputs. So now we are moving towards its output waveform. Now you can check here if I am applying on input 0 0 0, then all our 4 inputs are 0. If I am applying 0 0 on A and B and 1 on D, then our first input first output, which is y0, is 1. All our other outputs are 0. But if I'm applying 1 on A and 0 on B and 1 on D, then our third output, which is y2, is 1, only 1 in this case. For the true case of our last and final output, which is y3, we have to give input to both three cases, such as when we having a1, b1, d1, then our output, fourth output y3 will be 1. So this simplifies all of our inputs for getting output depending on our inputs. So now we are going to move towards another case, which is throw logic statement implementation of 1 to 4 demultiplexer. So throw logic, we first of all we are going to discuss its code. So by the help of Verilog code and by the help of logical operators, which we discussed in previous lab, all other and, or, negation, etc. We implement the Verilog HDL code for demultiplexer 1 cross 4. So in this case also we have 4 outputs and 3 inputs. By declaring all the inputs and outputs and by assigning all the conditions, all the operations, we end the module. So for first output, we here use AND gate and negation of its somehow input. And in second case, here we also use negation of somehow inputs and AND gates. And by implementing AND and negation of some inputs, we will get output with depending on our input. So we are moving towards its RTL viewer. So this is our RTL viewer. First of all, we have 3 inputs B, A and D, and having 4 outputs. These 4 outputs depend on our input B, A and D. So A and D, by after passing through NOT of gate and another AND gate, it's implement to our 4 other conditions, 4 other AND gates, and implement our required output. So now we are moving towards our final output waveform of our logic statement implementation. So now you can see here, if I'm applying 0, 0, 0 on A, B and D, then all of our 4 outputs are 0. If I'm applying 1 on A and 0 on B and 1 on D, then our third output, which is y2, is 1. For the condition of our fourth output, with 1, we have to implement all the inputs 1. So now you can see in this condition, in this cycle, when we implementing A1, B1, D1, then our last output, which is y3, is 1. So this simplifies that we can also implement our logic operation or logic gate with the help of 1 cross 4 demultiplexer, and we can implement all our 1 cross 4 demultiplexer using logical code and logical operators. So now we are moving towards our third case, which is case study. Now you can see here, first of all, we have to discuss the case study code. So this is the code of case study implementation. Now you can see here, first of all, we have to declare all the outputs and all the inputs and defining all the outputs and all the inputs. Here we also use register output and always for in all the inputs. So using register, and after applying register, we begins our case study. So in case of multiplexer, in case of mux, we are getting only on one input, but in case of demultiplexer, we have different inputs depending on our outputs. By applying all the conditions, 2 bits of 2 bits condition, all our 2-bit condition, we will get different output depending on our input. And if any of our control bits are not given, then then our Quartus will perform please check control bits error. So now you can see after beginning all of our case study, we end the case and end the module. So now we are moving towards our RTL viewer. Now you can see here we use 4 latches. So in case study we use 4 latches and one decoder to get our 4 different outputs required by depending on our input A, B and D. So this is the final output waveform which we required. So you can see here, if I am applying A, B and D on 0 0 0, then our all the outputs are 0. If I am applying 0 0 on A, B and 1 on D, then our fourth output, which is Y3, is 1. And if I am applying 1 on A and 0 on B and 1 on D, then our last output will 0 and our third output, which is Y2, is 1. For getting our output 1 on second case, which is Y1, for this case we have to apply input on only on D case. So after implementing all the Verilog SGL code and after getting its output waveform and after implementing input to getting our required input, we can simplify that our code will correct and its work for our betterment, and all of our inputs are given, and for performing all of our exercises we can get output by the help of our depending input. So now we are moving towards our third and last case, which is conditional case. So in conditional statement we use the different conditions as you can see here. So you can see here we apply different conditions such as we apply conditions in C++ such as ternary operations, etc., ternary operators, etc. Here also we apply ternary operators. So you can see here in case of 1 cross 4 mux, we are getting 4 inputs and 1 output. So but in demultiplexer we are getting 1 input, and after with the help of 1 input we are getting 4 output. So here we also use wire declaring, after declaring wire method, and we can also use here register method for declaring all the outputs and inputs, and after assigning all the outputs their conditions, ternary conditions. So if I am applying only here DDD, then I am not applying here its bit size, then it will cause error. So for this error I am applying it's all the size of all the inputs and all the conditions, and then end the module to beware from our error. So now I am going to move towards its RTL viewer. So now you can see here, if I am applying equal 0 1 2 3, and our condition on our outputs will perform with the help of our depending only 1 input. Now we are moving towards our final output waveform. So this output waveform is directed if I am applying 0 on our first input and our selection lines are both are 0, then our all the 4 inputs outputs are 0. If I am applying 1 on input and our first only on first our output is 1, all the other our outputs are 0. If I am for the implementing of third output, we have to give input to first input D 1, and our first selection line will be 1 in this case, and then our third output will 1. For the implementing of our last output Y3 1, we have to implement the first input 1 and any of its selection line is 1. When the second selection line is 1 and the input is 1, then our fourth output is 1. So this is the final output waveform of our conditional statement. So we can simplify that. We can prove our all the 1 cross 4 demultiplexer, and we can implement our 1 cross 4 demultiplexer using the condition statement. So I here did some examples. Now you can see here this is the example. Now you can see here I here implement all the inputs and declare all the inputs and outputs, and by using register and wire case and defining their size and defining their input size, we begin the case. And here by using operators, logical operators such as or, XNOR, and negation, here I entered the module to getting our output. So we can check it by our running our circuit, and after running we get its output. So we can also see its RTL viewer. Now you can see here this is the RTL viewer of our example 2. So this is our 4 outputs are depending upon our one input and our 2-bit of selection line. Now we are moving towards our final output waveform, so you can easily clarify it. So this is our output waveform, such as when we are applying 0 on our all the selections line and all our inputs, then our outputs all are 0. So for getting first output 1, we have to implement 1 on our input, and all other our selections lines are 0. So in this case our first output is 1. For getting last y3 for 1, we have to implement 1 on our condition, our input condition, and our any of its selection line or our both of its selection lines are 1 and our input is 1, and then our fourth output will 1. So this is our cycle begins. This is from there we can simplify that. We can easily implement our 1x4 demultiplexer using all are the methods such as case study method, conditional method, if it's statement method, gate level method, and throw logic method. So this is all our in methods. So we construct a demultiplexer implementation by using all of these methods. So hope you can easily understand it. So that's all from my side. Jazakallah.